This is the BGG Climbers for the week ending 2/24/2021. This list is put together every week by Michael Alexander. I'll have links in the description to the Geeklist and to the overall Geeklist in case you want to see the list when they come out. Again, if you like this video, please like and please subscribe, and please take a look at our other videos. Thank you. Let's get into the list this week. We'll start out with number 25, Dwellings of Eldervale. It looks like it's slowed down a little bit in terms of its climb. I still think this game is going to definitely end up in the top 100, probably in the top 50, assuming enough copies are purchased and reviewed. And then we'll go up a little bit here, and there's a couple interesting games that we've been watching for a few weeks, and one is Pandemic Legacy Season 0. This Ascent is slowed down a little bit too, but its average rating is holding very steady. I don't think it's going to hit the top 3 or 4 games, maybe, or the top 5 probably. I think it's going to land somewhere below that. Probably in the top 50, maybe in the top 10. We'll have to see. And we'll have to see how the ratings continue. The other one is Dune Imperium, destined for the top 100. It too has slowed down a little bit. It seems like people have played through their Christmas gifts or their early pre-orders. This game might even be waiting for a restock since it is so popular and it's sold out in a lot of places. But this one is definitely top 100 material. So number 10 is Carnegie. So this one we've talked about a few weeks. It's actually got quite a number of ratings, 575. And this is due, and this game hasn't even been released yet. This is purely due to the fact that they created a board game arena mod for the Kickstarter, which is a genius move. Other companies should do it. It makes the accessibility of your game a lot better. It gives people the opportunity to play it before they actually purchase it. So that's number 10, Carnegie. Number 9 is Praga Kaput Regni. So this one has started to climb. This is Vladimir Suki's latest game. And it started its climb with, I would say, decent, good ratings, but probably not enough to end up in the top 50. It might end up in the top 100, but we'll have to see how it goes, if enough copies sell and if enough people rate it. This is Praga Kaput Regni, number 9. Number 8 is Eclipse Second Dawn for the Galaxy. So this one is looking very likely in the top, probably 15 games at least, maybe even in the top 10 if it continues its ascent at this rate. This game got a big boost from Shut Up and Sit Down reviewing it, and it's a good game, definitely. I think I actually have a copy of Eclipse. I never got to the table. I did play Eclipse Second Dawn on Tabletop Simulator before looking to buy it. And I think this thing has a lot going for it. This is actually an early version, it looks like. Or they took it out. I guess they took it out of the... Here we go. So it's got really good production. It's got these great trays for storing everything. As Shut Up and Sit Down said, it's like the design of the game, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact it looks good, it's got good miniatures, and it takes a complex game that would be a bear to set up and organize it in a way that allows for you to set up, tear down, set up again, and not feel crazy. Because I know the setup of the game in Eclipse, the first edition, did cause me to say, oh, should I bother getting people together, teaching them this game, and dealing with all of the pieces? Having everything in these nice game trays makes a big difference, I think, for a game like this. And I also agree with Shut Up and Sit Down that my favorite part is customizing the ships. I feel like someone could even just build a game around customizing ships and maybe battling with them or doing something with them. That would be a cool idea. Kind of like Xayah. I mean, that's one thing I love about Xayah, but maybe a more strategic game. And yeah, I mean, these minis look really good on the board. I think this is one of the expansion ship packs where you get all the alien minis. So that is Eclipse Second Dawn for the Galaxy. This one, again, is destined for greatness. Number 8. Number 7, The Great Race. So I don't actually remember seeing this one. Is this a Kickstarter or is this even a... Let's see here. Crowdfunding, Continent Africa. Great Race is the wheel of your half track. You'll experience the most incredible human adventure. It's more than a race, it's the race. It'll take you all across continents. Okay, so this is kind of like, I think there was a movie on this about people racing across the world in the early 1800s. I don't know. It looks like this one came out a while ago and people must be receiving their copies. So interested to see this. So this is cool paint job with that. I guess there aren't too many pictures to look at. It does look kind of bland in terms of the color palette, but maybe it's a decent game. Somewhat lightweight. We have card building, deck building mechanics, in-game bonuses, route and network building, pick and deliver. So a lot of different mechanisms going in here. I guess we'll have to see. I mean, there isn't a lot of information here. It must just be that the first backers are receiving their copies and very excited about it to cause that sort of jump. It's getting decent reviews though, so something to keep an eye on the coming weeks. So that's number 7, The Great Race. Number 6, Adventure Tactics Domains Tower. So this one again looks like a Kickstarter that... Do I remember this one? 2021. Ruthless Queen Domain rules a kingdom with an iron fist. Counterbase, cooperative tactical. Oh, yeah, I think we saw this one in the past. It got a, looks like a family weight game. Maybe a little bit more than a family weight game. Boss battle or tactic simulation. Yeah, we saw this with the paint job on those miniatures. So this is interesting. This one's staying pretty strong after 2 weeks. I think the miniatures look pretty cool. And the fact that it's on here for 2 weeks, I think 2 weeks in a row, makes me think that we might be seeing more of it. I do think that the appeal of a tactical combat game is fairly limited, although I did have a fun time playing the Cuphead style boss battler. That one was pretty fun, although it was a heavier, I feel like a heavier weight game than this one is. So it's number 6, Adventure Tactics, Domains Tower. I'll be interested to see this one in the future if it continues its climb. Number 5 is Kanban EV. So we've looked at this one for a number of weeks. It's no surprise to me that it's climbing so fast. And I do think if enough people bought copies of this, it will end up in the top 100, no doubt, because it is basically taking Kanban, making some changes, making it look better. And, games like that have a loyal following like this tend to do well. A la Eclipse. Although this one probably isn't going to get a review from Shut Up and Sit Down, I don't think. Although they did do City of Big Shoulders, and they did Eclipse, and they did another one that was kind of surprising. I can't remember what one it was. But, Rococo. But I doubt this one. I don't think this one. So this is number 5, Kanban EV. Number 4 is Canvas. So this game, I actually watched Tom Vassel's review of it. And he gave it a really solid review, which may propel it to sell more retail copies. And I don't know what the retail price on this game is going to be. I mean, I think that the production cost for the transparent cards might be a little high. It does seem like a simple, fun game, a la Dixit. Maybe more fun than Dixit. I don't know. But that is Canvas, number 4. And I'm interested to see how it does. I don't think it's going to be in the top 100, but if it does well, it might hit the top 200 games, I think. Number 3 is Cubitos. So this one is AEG's latest release, I think. So this one is a Cube Cup strategy and luck to determine the Cubitos champion. Yeah, I feel like this one was kind of a really weird theme. by John D. Clare, who did, I think his best game is Space Base. That really was an amazing reworking of the Machikoro mechanisms into a game. I think is just great. So this is kind of pretty cute with the little drawn cubes. Draw, roll, activate. Oh, it is a cool looking game, although it has these weird, I don't know, paper cube things. I'm not a big fan of that. These little cube like animals look pretty good. These custom dice. I'm interested to see this one, and maybe it's a. I mean, the weight's pretty light, so this is kind of like a family game, maybe a la Tiny Towns. Although I will say, AEG seems to be doing a really good job of taking and putting out solid, lightweight, medium lightweight games recently. And I'm interested to see. I'm actually interested to see how the reviews on this one are. Looks like there's been a few playthroughs on this. So I think this is a good one to look at, especially given the fact that John D. Clare has done a really good job with Space Base and some of his other releases. So that is Cubitos. Number 3. It's hard to make a prediction right now. Given the weight, though, I would tend to think it's not going to hit the top 100. They forgot to space out the fake reviews. Rival restaurants. I don't know what that means, but yeah. Oh, maybe, I don't know, maybe people rating it on there fakely. It does look, the look for this game is pretty good. They did a good job with the pictures here with the ingredients, and I like the artwork. I don't know too much about the game, though. I do remember seeing it, I think, when it was on Kickstarter. So I think it was on Kickstarter about a year ago, so people must be starting to get it. So this one, I think, is a chaotic social strategy game. Yeah, simultaneous action, variable player powers. So I feel like this is in the vein of maybe Overcooked with some timers. I don't know, it looks like maybe too much is going on, though, for a real-time game. I think, and you can even look at my review, I think competitive real-time games have some inherent issues with them. Maybe the best done ones I've seen are Pendulum and Galaxy Trucker for competitive real time. But most real time games I like are cooperative. Like Space Alert is amazing if you have the right group of people, and quite frustrating. Sometimes your ship does not make it through all the time, and there's dice chucking games like Escape, which are also fun for a different reason. So I guess we'll have to see how Rival Restaurants does. But I think this person thinks a bunch of people jumped all the reviews on to bump it up on the list. But it could also be a really good game. Well, that seems kind of high. So that's number 2, Rival Restaurants. And number 1 for a second week in a row is Sleeping Gods. This game is getting incredible reviews, as you can see here. And is probably going into the top 100. I would think. This game had a lot of pre-orders via Kickstarter. It's getting solid reviews. And it's from a great designer. I don't see how it doesn't end up in the top 100 at this point. Ryan Lockett, I haven't had a chance to really watch too many of the reviews all the way through or watch some playthroughs yet. But, from looking at this, actually, those look like player mats. Just the fact that so many different people really like this game and say that it's Ryan Lockett's best game, kind of I think one of them said it was his culmination of all the years working on all these different games, all fed into this, Sleeping Gods game. And just for that reason, I'm interested in giving it a play. So that is it for this week. If you like this video, please like and please subscribe. Please take a look at our other videos, and take a look next week. I'll be doing another video going through the top 10. Thank you.